In my very first video, I'm taking you on an exciting journey around Spain, flying with 3 different airlines. Along the way, I will experience an unexpected go-around in Tenerife, and by the end, I will decide which Spanish airline is the best, and which one might just be the worst. Let's get started. Málaga is known as the sunniest city in Europe, boasting 300 days of sunshine annually. Well, that wasn't the case today. I flew on one of the rare 65 rainy days. Málaga Airport is the 4th busiest in Spain, with a single terminal handling both domestic and international flights. At 7:30 am, the airport seemed unusually empty. After security, I headed straight to my gate. To be honest, I quite like this airport. It's easy to navigate and you can't really get lost. The airport plays a key role in tourism, and interestingly, Málaga Airport has a long history, dating back to 1919, making it one of the oldest operating airports in Spain. I arrived to my gate and boarding started soon after. My first flight took me from Málaga, Spain, to the capital of the country, Madrid, with the Spanish airline called Air Europa. Air Europa is Spain's 3rd largest airline after Iberia and Vueling. They fly to over 44 destinations, including domestic routes and international destinations across Europe, North and South America, the Caribbean and North Africa. The airline has been a SkyTeam Alliance member since 2007, and its fleet includes Boeing 787 Dreamliners and 737s. My plane today was a 13-year-old Boeing 737-800. Actually, this aircraft was first delivered to SpiceJet, an Indian low-cost airline known for its offbeat branding and catchphrase, red, hot, spicy. I would love to fly with them one day, and I'm not even kidding. We then started to board our flight to Madrid. Welcome on board of Air Europa Boeing 737. The first 6 rows are business class and the rest is economy class. My seat was 23F in economy. I have purchased this seat for an additional price of €5 as I wanted to make sure that I get a window seat. Let me give you a little seat tour. The leather seat was very comfortable, legroom was decent and you could recline slightly. The tray table wasn't very clean though, it had some faint marks that looked like drawings. The in-flight and food magazines were also quite worn. As we started taxiing, I couldn't help but worry about my tight connection in Madrid. I was landing in Terminal 2 and needed to get to Terminal 4 within 1 hour and 45 minutes. For those familiar with Madrid Barajas Airport, you know that's a bit risky, and that's what my application was also saying. Finally, we began our takeoff 44 minutes late. flight time today was 53 minutes, cruising at 30,000 feet. If you want to eat or drink something, you can check the menu in the magazine and purchase items like coffee, sandwiches, and of course, tortilla. It seems it's almost mandatory on a Spanish flight. I'm starting to think they don't even get takeoff clearance without having some on board. But there was no service on board because the flight was like this the entire time. That's also why I couldn't do a Lou review. We eventually started our descent into Madrid Barajas Airport. The race against the clock had begun. Ryanair, is that you? After landing, I sprinted to catch the shuttle bus connecting the terminals. But to my surprise, the bus first stopped at Terminal 1 instead of heading directly to Terminal 4. Panic set in, it was 10:35 a.m. and my next flight was departing in just 55 minutes. When the driver of the bus got out at Terminal 1 to have a rest, I decided to act. I hopped off the bus and hailed a taxi. The driver must have seen my hurry, so he went quite fast on the runway connecting the two terminals. The 5-kilometer ride cost me €22, almost half the price of my Málaga-Madrid flight that I just took. At Terminal 4, I faced a long security queue, but managed to pick a fast-moving line. The terminal's most iconic feature is its wave-like roof, made of bamboo slats that create a warm, natural aesthetic. I love it how they are reducing reliance on artificial lighting. It has plenty of natural light. Have you ever been to Madrid Barajas Terminal 4? And if yes, did you like it? I can't believe that I actually made it. The second flight of the day is with Iberia, Spain's flag carrier. Did you know that Iberia is one of the world's oldest airlines, founded in 1927? And here it is, the brand new Airbus A321neo waiting for us. The plane was delivered in September 2023 to Iberia Express. Iberia Express primarily operates short and medium-haul flights within Europe and domestic routes in Spain. Iberia Express operates a fleet of narrow-body aircraft, Airbus A320 and Airbus A320. Hello. The first 4 rows are reserved for the Business Express passengers. After this, you have 8 rows of XL seats with extra legroom, and the emergency exit seats labeled XXL with even more legroom. For seat selection, you usually have to pay, but during check-in, I was assigned seat 9F, a window seat with extra legroom. When I checked the available seats during check-in, I noticed there were still some seats left at the back of the plane. My guess is that I received this perk because I'm part of Iberia Plus, which is Iberia's loyalty program, and I have some points with it, though I can't say for sure. If you know more about this, or if you regularly fly with Iberia, let me know in the comments. Today's flight was 2 hours 37 minutes at a cruising altitude of 37,000 feet. Let me give you a little seat tour. As I already mentioned, legroom was spacious, but the seat was not really comfortable, reminded me of Ryanair, to be honest. Seats are not reclinable, but there is a USB power outlet that is always nice. The tray table was pretty clean and you could buy a wide range of foods and beverages. And of course, the tortilla that could not be missed. Another interesting thing is that you could connect completely free to the Wi-Fi and enjoy movies, series, podcasts and games. As we started our climb out from Madrid, they separated the business express class with a curtain, and 15 minutes later they started selling food and drinks in economy class. We flew over Portugal, enjoying a really nice view of the coastline, and then above the Atlantic Ocean all the way to the Canary Islands. The crew handed out a small turrón, which is a typical Spanish pastry. After 2 hours of flying, we started our descent to Tenerife North Airport, and soon I could enjoy the beautiful views of this volcanic island. Tenerife North Airport has a reputation for challenging weather, thanks to its high altitude and the island's microclimates, with foggy conditions on the north. Let's see how today's conditions stack up for our landing. The island is famous for its breathtaking volcanic landscapes, dominated by Mont Teide. It's the highest peak in Spain and one of the tallest volcanoes in the world. At 2,325 feet of altitude and only 1 kilometer away from the runway, this happened. The engines roared up, we were pushed into our seats and started to climb out from the island. A few minutes later, the captain informed us that as a precaution, because of some traffic at the airport, they decided to go around. The aircraft in question was probably this Airbus of Vueling that came from Sevilla and landed in Tenerife North Airport at 1:21 p.m. at the same time as our go-around. We made a circle around the island and started our descent again to Tenerife North Airport.
Distancia por precaución, hemos decidido frustrar la maniobra. Disculpen las molestias. Hello again from cockpit. As you may have noticed, we didn't finish the landing. We had to go around. That was due to the distance between the preceding traffic. And we'll be attempting once again in about 5 minutes. We'll be landing. Sorry for any inconvenience. Tripulación preparados para aterrizaje.
Actually, I was very happy about the go-around because at least I could have again an amazing view of the island. And apart from this, it was a very smooth flight. Cabin crew was very nice, the legroom was very spacious, so I liked this experience with Iberia. After some airplane spotting and enjoying the sunny weather, I went back to the airport and went through security. As you can see, it is not a big airport, so I just walked straight into the security check. Actually, Tenerife has another airport in the south that primarily serves international flights and is the hub for most of the island's tourism. It handles the majority of passengers, especially during peak holiday seasons, mostly from Northern Europe and the UK. Tenerife North focuses more on domestic and inter-island flights, connecting Tenerife with mainland Spain and other Canary Islands. I quite like this airport, it is small and easy to navigate. The airport has a cozy atmosphere with comfortable seating and charging stations. As I headed to my gate, I stopped for a sandwich while watching these ATRs of Binter Airlines and other aircrafts arriving and leaving. This was a great place to have a quick bite and do some plane spotting. Soon, boarding started and we headed to the bus that took us to the plane. Today's plane is a 16-year-old Airbus A320-214 that was first delivered to Armavia, which was Armenia's flag carrier that ceased operations in 2013 after going bankrupt. Then it went to Air Europa, a subsidiary of Bel Air, a privately owned Albanian low-cost airline. It was not there for long, as Bel Air also went bankrupt in 2013, so it finally arrived at Vueling. Vueling is the largest low-cost airline in Spain and the second overall among Spanish airlines, with Iberia being the first. Vueling operates many domestic routes, particularly between major cities and leisure destinations, giving it a stronghold in Spain. It offers a vast network of short-haul and medium-haul flights across Europe to cities like Amsterdam, Rome, Paris, London and Berlin. Vueling also has high-frequency flights to the Canary Islands and Balearic Islands. After boarding the plane, I took my seat, which was 30F. If you don't want to get a randomly allocated seat, you have to pay for it. Prices start at €42 for the most expensive seats, which are in the first row and include 2 pieces of luggage on board. It costs €13 for a seat in the front rows and €9 for the rows at the back of the plane. As for the seat review, there was some trash on the floor left by the previous passenger that was not cleaned, nor was the trash left in the seat pocket. The legroom was not too big but not the smallest either, but the seat was again very uncomfortable, just like with Iberia. It is not reclinable and there is no USB power outlet either. Boarding was completed and we soon started taxiing out, taking off 3 minutes before the scheduled takeoff time. Our flight time today was 2 hours and 15 minutes cruising at 38,000 feet. Being a low-cost airline, you can browse the in-flight magazine to buy some drinks and meals. You can choose between sandwiches, some hot meals like lasagna and rice with chicken, and of course the tortilla that comes in size XXL with Vueling. If you are not hungry but forgot your favorite cosmetics at home, you can buy them on board along with a portable speaker or even sunglasses. As we were leaving the Canary Islands, we had a beautiful view over the island of Lanzarote, which is known for its stunning volcanic landscapes. Our flight continued along the coast of Africa before arriving in Spain, near the southern part of the country close to Gibraltar. This was the only flight of the 3 where I finally did a low review. It was quite small but clean, so that's my rating. As we started our descent, the sun began to set as we approached Granada Airport. This airport is a gateway to the stunning Alhambra Palace, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Sierra Nevada mountains, and is also my hometown for the last almost 4 years.
Muchas gracias, hasta luego.
As you can see, it is a relatively small airport with mostly domestic flights operated by Iberia, Vueling, Air Europa and Volotea. There are only 2 international flights, one to Paris with Vueling and one to Amsterdam with Transavia. After 3 flights, 3 different Spanish airlines, and visiting one of Spain's most remote islands, I'm finally back in Granada. At the end of this video, let's do a quick analysis to find out which airline ranked the best and which one the worst. So, seat comfort. Air Europa's leather seats were very comfortable. Punctuality. Actually, Vueling surprised me by departing 3 minutes before the scheduled takeoff time. Cleanliness. Iberia takes the win here. The cabin was spotless with no trash left behind and clean tray tables. Crew. Across all 3 flights, the cabin crews were nice and professional, so no issues there. In-flight entertainment. Iberia wins hands down. You could connect completely free to the Wi-Fi and enjoy movies, series, podcasts and games. I think that's a great bonus for a short flight. Now, based on my ranking, Iberia is the clear winner. Between Air Europa and Vueling, it's a close tie, but if I had to choose, Air Europa comes in second, leaving Vueling in last place. This just proves that low-cost airlines don't always offer the best value. Sometimes traditional airlines like Iberia and Air Europa give you more for your money. So that's it for today's review. I hope you enjoyed coming along on this aviation adventure. See you soon for more flights and discoveries. Bye!